welcome back. My name's Regina. I'm with Harmonious Embrace, and this is the last class, our fourth class in the four-class mini-series on basic energy tools. If you haven't watched the other ones, I strongly recommend you to check those out. The first class was on grounding, second was protection, and third was on cleaning your chakras. And all of this is made to fit into your daily life easily so that you can feel better, be more grounded, find more purpose, be empowered, have better health, just all kinds of good things. So, this class is on our intention, how it affects our energy, a little bit of dealing with our ego, and our daily routine. So, first, I want to talk about how important our intention is. Our intention is a statement, a directive of, I want to feel this way. I want this to happen today. I want this energy to be this way, is an intention. So, a famous experiment called the double slit experiment found that when the experiment was observed, so when the scientists were in the room with the experiment, it affected the results. It ended up that the experiment happened and had the results of what the scientists wanted it to have. Einstein had also found in various experiments that the observer's thoughts had a direct effect on the result of the experiment. So our thoughts, our vibrations directly change our reality. Also, science has proved that our thoughts have a direct physiological response on our bodies, which most of us all know this. If you have feelings of being sad or fearful, your body is going to respond in a very tense way. You're going to have anxiety, might have indigestion, you might feel jittery, you're just not going to feel good. So just like if you have thoughts of peace and happiness and joy, your body's going to be more relaxed, you're going to feel good. So that is the physiological response that can happen. That's why our intention on how we want to use our energy and how we want it to work for us is so important. When we do our basic energy tools and have a clear intention on how we want them to work or the outcome we want, it happens. You don't have to see it or feel it, but know it happens. So this is helpful for those who doubt or feel because you can't see or feel it, then it must not be working. And another point to this I want you to think about is humans only can see 1% of the UV spectrum. We only see like this much of this huge range of light. And of that 1%, we probably only see about 10% of that. We don't pay attention to every leaf, every bug that moves in our field of vision. We can't. That's just too much to absorb. So we're only absorbing 10% of a 1%. So think of how much more is out there that we can't see. So with that in mind, there's also a field of science called epigenetics, in which they study how the mind directly affects healing, how your behaviors and emotions affect your genes. And what they found is that we have a lot of power over our bodies by what we think and we feel. So when you say positive words or feel positive emotions, you're going to feel better and cause a biological change or response to how you feel. Also, the law of attraction states that like vibrations attract like. So you can be abundant. You can't be abundant if you don't feel abundant. You can't be healthy if you don't feel healthy. And a good example of this experiment is standing in a room with a bunch of instruments like guitars, and you sing a note, and the guitar of the same vibration, the same resonance, the same note will vibrate. You are matching vibrations and frequencies with that instrument. Well, the same thing happens in the universe. So, how does this apply to all of our routines and tools and intentions? Well, let's put this all together. Putting all of our tools together and having a morning routine where you wake up and you are grateful is super effective and great because you're going to get more of that gratitude. Your body's going to respond in a positive state, and you're going to manifest, law of attraction, more things that bring you more gratitude and make you feel better. So just spend the first few minutes while you wake up in bed, or maybe when you walk to the bathroom, thinking of things that are grateful for. Like, I'm grateful for a warm bed and I'm grateful for my family. And maybe if it's a day that's really hard, think of something, even though they might seem silly and small, start with those and then work your way up. Like, I'm thankful for ice cream because I like ice cream. I'm thankful for my clothes. I'm thankful for being able to wear shoes outside. Stuff like that that you can actually feel good about. And then work up to bigger things like, oh, I am very grateful for my house. I'm so grateful for my job or my friends or my family. And then another thing is, with all the tools that we've learned, spend a few minutes in the morning, same thing, laying in bed or when you go to the bathroom. I usually do it as I'm heading to the bathroom and in the bathroom because that's being a mom and being a wife. That's the one place I don't get interrupted. So I can set my grounding cord, I can do my protection bubble. I say my intention for the day, like I ask that this day be the highest good for me. I ask that my angels and guides be here. I ask that my higher self be in control. I ask that I be protected. I ask, whatever it is. I ask that no matter what I do here or see today, that I find joy and feel joy. And then you can clean your chakras with the violet flame and do the rainbow energy to refill them. And then you can mix whatever practices or tools that you already use in it. It's supposed to be fun. Change it to fit you, right? Because if it's fun, you're going to want to do it and make it a habit. So you could also do it where maybe you use your shower as a cleansing tool of violet light. Or maybe when you dry off from the shower, you use the towel and you kind of imagine, this is me putting on my protection bubble. Whatever is fun for you. So, setting the intention is setting your day's vibration, right? A lot of us just kind of go through days where we let life happen to us instead of making us affect the world and the environment. So when you set the intention, you're kind of stating to the day and to the universe, hey, this is what I want today. This is what I intend today. And I'm putting that vibration out there. And that guitar on the wall, that's the same vibration. Those instances, those people, those events are going to come back to me that mirror this. Or also, when you're in a higher vibration, when things happen that maybe aren't amazing, you'll be able to handle it better because you're already in a higher perspective of things. Maybe you'll be like, oh man, I got a flat tire, but you know what? Actually, it was the highest good for me because these other events happened after it that needed to happen so I could be reminded that I needed to talk to somebody or I needed to meet that person today because they had some good information that I needed to make my life easier. So making your intentions and your tools and everything a practice for 21 days becomes a habit. And I strongly encourage, just try 21 days because you will notice towards the end of being grateful and doing the tools that they're going to already kind of start to happen and be automatic a little bit. Like you're going to wake up already feeling really good, like you've already done the gratitude exercise. And also, if you can, take notes, journal what you're going through. Because when you have examples of how this is working for you, it's going to keep you wanting to work with these tools. And it's going to strengthen your trust in the universe and in yourself and your abilities. It'll help you feel more supported and loved. And it's building those muscles, so to speak, of being able to sense and see and feel how your body um, processes life and these energies and information. So, I want to talk a little bit about maybe the doubt side of it when we feel like we can't see it or feel it, or our ego pops in and it starts saying, "What are you doing? This is ridiculous. This is crazy." So that's where the journaling will help with that. But also, you can just take a minute and say, "Ego, step aside." You need to step aside. Sometimes I do this in my meditations because I find maybe when I'm doing some healing work or having kind of this new experience that my brain might be going, "Oh, you're making this up. This isn't happening." And I have to tell myself, that ego part, step aside. I don't need you here right now. So try that and see if that works for you. So I thought maybe today we could do a clearing for any beliefs holding you back from being more intuitive, from sensing, seeing, or feeling these tools. And I kind of just recently came up with this. I don't know if anybody else has. Maybe they have, and that's awesome. I'm a firm believer that we kind of share lots of ideas because we are connected. So I came up with combining EFT, which is emotional freedom technique, with the violet flame. I cannot say enough about how amazing the violet flame is. I've used it with Ho'oponopono. I use it with, you've heard on here about grounding and cleaning things. It is such a multi-purpose, amazing ray frequency of transformation and liberation in a lot of ways. So EFT is a tapping. You might have heard people call it tapping. And you tap on these points. And what it does is it activates your parasympathetic nerve system. So the nervous system that is relaxed. The sympathetic is your anxiety, fear, the fight or flight. So you can use this to think of an incident, in traditional standpoints of using EFT, people think of a phobia, fears, beliefs that they want to let go. And I think of it on a scale of 1 to 10. How upsetting is it? Oh, it's about an 8. And that helps you kind of gauge. So as you go through this process and you clear it, you know that it's going down. You can also just feel it. What does it feel like right now? Okay. And do the process. So you go, I release and let go my fear. Maybe it's parking. I release and let go my fear of parking. I release and let go my fear that I'm going to hit somebody. I release and let go my lack of confidence. I release and let go being scared. I release and let go the mistrust in myself. I release and let go any instances or traumas related to this. I release and let go any agreements I've made in my life. So as you go through, and then you grab your wrist, this is how I'm going to change it. Well, there's a few ways, but you grab your wrist and say peace, peace, and you feel peace, and you breathe out. That's more traditional. But we're going to combine it with violet flame at the beginning and violet flame at the end. And then we're going to install new programming after we take out that old programming. So then we're going to say, I love to park. I choose to park because when I park, I'm so confident. I'm so assured that I can park straight. I can be in my space, whatever the feelings are. And I have freedom. I feel free because now I can go wherever I want and park wherever I want. And then go again, go peace and feel it. And I'll get into a little bit more details as we do this. So let's start with our grounding cord. So imagine that tube of light around your waist, going down into the earth. Any color, could be a tree, could be a pipe, whatever you want it to be. Make sure it's all around you. Sometimes I feel like I have trouble getting it kind of behind me. all the way. And now we're going to ground in the violet flame. So ask the violet flame to be in and around your grounding tube. And then we're going to bring that violet flame up through the middle of our body, out in our protection bubble. And this is where we're going to set an intention. I ask that the violet flame be in every part of my being. I ask that the violet flame help me transmute and let go of any limiting thoughts, behaviors, and emotions that I choose to let go of today. And I ask that, commercial. And then I ask that this help me install new programming, new beliefs, and new emotions in my being through all time, space, dimensions, and realities. And the thing about this is you can't mess this up. It works regardless. And it doesn't matter if your tapping is not in order of mine. It's the intention we're having, and I want you to just be curious about what pops up and be like, oh, I didn't know that was there. Let's let go of it. So I'm going to say some beliefs as I tap. Feel free to say your own if you have other ones that come into your mind. If not, you can just repeat what I say. So now that we have this violet flame going, we're going to start tapping. So we're going to think of beliefs and fears we have of being more intuitive with our being. So I release and let go my doubt. So just repeat that. I release and let go my doubt that these tools don't work for me. I release and let go the belief that I can't see energetically. I release and let go the belief that I can't feel these tools in my multidimensional self energetically. I release and let go any fears I have of being my true self. I release and let go any beliefs or emotions that I'm not enough, that I don't deserve this. I release this. And it's okay if you don't get it word for word. It's the intention of doing this. You can always go back and do this later, okay? So I release and let go my mistrust. I release and let go my fears of being the true me. I release and let go my fear of embodying my power. I release and let go being scared. I release and let go not feeling worthy, not feeling enough. I release and let go the belief that I can't have this. I release and let go of the belief that this isn't attainable for me. I release and let go being scared. I release and let go any emotions, thoughts, past events related to this that has ever taken away my power, my belief in myself, my belief in my abilities, and I let this go. I release and let go my ego getting in the way. I release and let go my ego stopping me from trusting and being supported. I release this part of the ego trying to protect me. I release and let go this. I release, I release, I release. Now we're going to grab our wrist and say peace. Peace, peace. relax and blow out and just feel peace. And then we're going to ask, oh, the violet flame rush through our body like a wave. And it's carrying all those old beliefs and energies and everything out of our body, down our grounding tube. You might feel it like a wave. I can feel it go all the way down to my toes and tingle, 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 tingle. Good. All right, we're going to do it again. A little bit more removing, and then we're going to do installing. So start again, tapping on the top of your head. I release and let go my fear. I'm release and let go any past life events or events in this lifetime that has caused me to doubt my power or my abilities. It is safe to have these powers and abilities. I am safe. I am loved and supported by Source. I choose to be loved and supported by Source. I choose to have these powers and abilities so that I can be a better version of myself. I choose this because it makes me feel good. I choose to be happy. I choose to be joyful. I choose to let go of my fear, my sadness, any betrayal, any hurt, any anger, any frustration. I let it go. I let go of the ego holding me back. I choose to sense the energy. I choose to sense this energy in the way that's for the highest good of myself. I choose to be more me. I love being more me. I love being more me because I am loved and supported. I choose to find examples of how I'm loved and supported every day. I choose to see how this benefits me in my life for the highest good for me and everyone around me. I choose joy and I choose love. I choose to be empowered and I choose to be free. I ask to release any old beliefs, emotions, traumas, fears, cords, past lives related to me not being able to see, sense, or feel my energetic being. And I release these through all time, space, dimensions, and realities. So it is, so it is, so it is. Peace, grab wrist, peace, peace. And feel the violet flame just flowing from the top of your head all the way down to your feet. And it's taking all that old stuff out and putting new programming in. Oh yeah, see how around every nerve it's gold, rewiring your body on an energetic level. Because this tapping is the energy acupressure points that affect your parasympathetic nervous system. Sorry. And it also helps rewire. So it's kind of telling your brain, we don't want to associate this with fear anymore or this with pain anymore. We're putting ourselves in a relaxed state so that we can rewire this into a positive. There is way more information on emotional freedom technique, EFT, online. There's faster tapping, which that was more faster tapping, but there's different forms, all pretty much similar. There's more details about it and how exactly it works with the points. But I want you to just feel, how does that feel? Do you feel different now thinking about using your energy tools or your belief in them or your belief in yourself of what maybe you can achieve with them? And you can use this technique for anything, any beliefs that you have that you want to get rid of, any fears you have. They can be big, they can be little, whatever it is. So I hope you enjoyed this today. Thank you for watching. I hope this clearing helped. And let's just send extra violet flame down our being right now. Oh, thank you, thank you, thank you for this programming. Thank you for releasing this and helping me be more of myself. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And you can stay in this violet flame all day if you want, or you can thank it, put it away, reset your grounding cord, protection bubble, whatever you want to do. So, like I said, if you haven't watched the other videos, please go back and watch those so you can get a full spectrum of the tools for daily maintenance and empowerment. Please follow and subscribe to my channel if you really enjoy what I'm sharing. My whole journey with this, my whole vision, purpose is I just want to help other people have this information so they can better their life. It's all about transformation. And when we transform ourselves, then we can help transform this world because we will bring our vibration up, which will resonate out and help other people raise their vibration. So you can find me on Instagram, and I'll leave a link in the description below. And I have more material on that. You can contact me for your own session where I do energy and find your own personal tools for what you want to work with in your life at heal.me/harmonious embrace. That also will be linked down in the description. So if you have any questions, comments, leave them below. I hope this worked for you. Tell me how you've been using your tools, what you've been doing, anything that stuck out, maybe something new for you. I would love to hear about it. And just keep shining, being you, working on things, and being fantastic. Much love. Bye.